Hello students, I hope you all are fit and fine and doing very well in your studies. So dear students, let's start our today's science class, and today we are going to learn about functions of leaf, modifications of leaf and structure of flower. So let's start our today's science class.
So let's once again start our chapter number 7, that is getting to know plants. Dear students, in last video we had already discussed about the structure of leaf. We had also discussed about what are the functions of leaf. Now some of the functions we are going to discuss in this video. So let's start our today's science class. So students, in the last video we had discussed about the functions of leaf also. So let's revise once again and then we will talk about other functions of leaf. So the major functions of leaf is to make food from carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. This process is called photosynthesis. I already explained you about photosynthesis. You know that the presence of a green pigment in leaves is called chlorophyll. It means that the green pigment which is present in leaf is known as chlorophyll. So chlorophyll uses sunlight and provides energy to the plant for making food. This process of making food by the leaves is called photosynthesis. The food that leaf prepares is a kind of sugar called glucose. It means that the food which is prepared by leaf, it is in the form of glucose. The glucose changes into starch before the plant stores it. It means that the plant stores this food in the form of starch. So, leaves prepare this food in the form of, remember, in the form of glucose, and this glucose changes into starch before the plant store it. It means that the stored food in the plant is in the form of starch. Plant use some of this food to perform their life functions and store the rest in fruits, roots, stems or leaves. Leaves provide food to the entire living world. Yes students, so it is true, because you know that plants are the major sources of our food. We depend on plant for our food. That's why leaf provides food to the entire living world. I hope this function is clear to you. Picture of photosynthesis, and you have to also draw the picture of photosynthesis in your science copy. I already explained you about photosynthesis. So you have to complete this work. You have to draw the neat and clean diagram of photosynthesis in your science copy, and you have to describe the process also. So students, let's talk about the next function of leaves, that is transpiration. ये ट्रांसपिरेशन क्या होता है? तो जो लीव्स होते हैं वो वाटर रिलीज करते हैं. इट मीन्स दे रिलीज अ लॉट ऑफ वाटर फ्रॉम देयर स्मॉल पोर्स, दैट इज कॉल्ड स्टोमेटा. तो जो लीव्स होते हैं वो वाटर रिलीज़ करते हैं, मतलब वो एयर में वाटर को रिलीज़ करते हैं थ्रू स्मॉल पोर्स, दैट इज़ नोन एज स्टोमेटा. तो आपको पता ही है कि लीव्स में स्मॉल स्मॉल पोर्स होते हैं जिनको हम क्या कहते हैं? स्टोमेटा. यू नो दैट स्टोमेटा ऑल्सो हेल्प इन एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस. So now, what is transpiration? So leaves also lose water through the stomata. The loss of water through the stomata is called transpiration. Now student, आपको पता ही है कि लीव्स को फूड प्रिपेयर करने के लिए वाटर की ज़रूरत होती है. तो अब लीव्स को वाटर कहाँ से मिलेगा? तो जो रूट्स होते हैं वो सॉइल से वाटर और मिनरल एब्जॉर्ब करते हैं. सो लीव्स क्या करते हैं कि जो एक्स्ट्रा वाटर होता है, इट मीन्स फूड प्रिपेयर करने के बाद जो एक्स्ट्रा वाटर लीव्स में होता है वो लीव्स एयर में रिलीज कर देते हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ वेपर, और इसी प्रोसेस को हम क्या कहते हैं? ट्रांसपिरेशन. So I hope the meaning of transpiration is clear to you. So now students, it is clear to you that plants lose excess water in the form of vapor through tiny openings or the stomata in leaves. So the two important functions of transpirations are it help in cooling down the leaves. So transpiration की वजह से क्या होता है? It gives the cooling effect to the leaves. Next, it plays an important role in water cycle by adding a lot of moisture in the air. So these two are the important effects of transpiration. So I hope this is clear to you. Students, let's observe the picture carefully. This is the picture of transpiration. You have also draw the diagram of transpiration in your science copy. So let's observe the picture. You see that how water absorbed by roots. After that, water travels through plant, and then finally water evaporates through leaves by the help of small openings that is called stomata. Student, one thing also you have to note down that stomata also help in gaseous exchange through respiration and photosynthesis. During respiration, carbon dioxide is given out, and during photosynthesis, oxygen is given out. So I hope these things are clear to you. So you have to write all these things in your science copy. So students, let's talk about the modifications of the leaf. So students, you know that roots slightly change their structure and function. These changes are known as modifications. Okay. So let's talk about leaf modification. Leaves of some plants are modified to form special structures called tendrils. Tendrils help plant to attach themselves to a support. So some modified leaves help the plant in climbing, as in pea plant. The leaves get modified into thread-like structure called tendrils. Tendrils coil around any support and help the plant to climb. About tendrils, I already explained you. So I hope this is clear to you. Next modification is for protection of plant and reduction of loss of water, few plants get modified to form spines. So students, in some plants, leaves are modified to form spines due to the scarcity of water. So scarcity of water means पानी की कमी. तो मतलब ये कि वाटर को सेव करने के लिए, अब अगर हम डेजर्ट की बात करते हैं तो डेजर्ट में क्या है? पानी की कमी है, वहाँ पे बारिश बहुत कम होती है. So plant like cactus and opensia have modified leaves as spines. They also protect the plant from animals. तो जो कैक्टस है और ओपेंसिया है उसके जो लीव्स होते हैं वो वाटर को सेव करने के लिए, यानी वाटर के लॉस को सेव करने के लिए क्या करते हैं? वो लीव्स रिड्यूस होकर के स्पाइंस में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं. आपको पता ही है कि ट्रांसपिरेशन प्रोसेस अभी मैंने आपको एक्सप्लेन किया है कि जो एक्स्ट्रा वाटर होता है वो लीव्स से रिलीज़ हो जाता है. मतलब लीव्स में स्टोमेटा होते हैं जो स्मॉल पोर्स हैं और उनके थ्रू जो होता है एक्स्ट्रा वाटर वेपर के फॉर्म में एयर में रिलीज़ हो जाता है. सो इट इज़ अ लॉस ऑफ वाटर. तो डेजर्ट में वैसे ही बारिश बहुत कम होती है, तो वाटर को सेव करने के लिए, पानी को सेव करने के लिए द लीव्स ऑफ कैक्टस लीव्स एंड ओपेंसिया लीव्स दे मॉडिफाइड एज स्पाइंस. दे ऑल्सो प्रोटेक्ट द प्लांट फ्रॉम एनिमल्स. तो अगर लीव्स होंगे तो प्लांट उनको ईजिली खा पाएंगे, लेकिन अगर थॉर्न होंगे, स्पाइंस होंगे तो एनिमल उनको जल्दी खाएंगे नहीं. So next we have leaves of some plants store extra food and are mostly eaten as vegetables like spinach, cabbage and lettuce are such leaves. तो इनको हम खाने के लिए, इन लीव्स को हम खाने के लिए यूज़ करते हैं. So leaves of few plant have buds that can grow into new plants through vegetative propagation. Example bryophyllum. तो bryophyllum plant आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, उसमें जो buds होते हैं वो दोबारा से न्यू प्लांट के फॉर्म में ग्रो करते हैं. So all these are the modifications of leaf. I hope this is clear to you. So students, our next topic is flowers. Now you know that flowers are the beauty of nation. We should not pluck them. Okay, now let's learn more about flowers. Student, the most attractive part of a flowering plant is the flower. A flower is the reproductive organ of a plant. Few flowers have pleasant smell for insect to get attracted. Few plants have an unpleasant smell and few have no smell. So the main thing is that the flowers are the attractive part of a flowering plant, and a flower is the reproductive organ of a plant. Flower is the most beautiful part of a plant also. Flowers are of different sizes, shapes, colors and fragrance. Fragrance means khushbu. A flower may be unisexual or bisexual. Flower may be unisexual means uni का मतलब क्या होता है one, and sexual means reproductive organ either male or female. So it means that a flower may be unisexual when it has only one type of reproductive organ either male or female. तो uni का मतलब एक हुआ, तो ऐसे फ्लावर को हम यूनिसेक्सुअल फ्लावर बोलेंगे जिसके पास सिर्फ वन टाइप का रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन होगा, इधर मेल या फिर फीमेल. नाउ bisexual flower means which has both male and female reproductive organ. यानी ऐसा फ्लावर जिसके पास दोनों ही रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन होगा, मेल और फीमेल दोनों ही रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन होगा. Most of the flowers are bisexual. Flowers of some plant changes into fruits. तो मोस्टली जो होता है कि मतलब जनरली अगर हम बात करते हैं तो मोस्ट ऑफ द फ्लावर्स आर बाइसेक्सुअल, मीन्स दैट दे हैव बोथ मेल एंड फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन. एंड जो कुछ प्लांट्स होते हैं उनमें जो फ्लावर्स होते हैं दे चेंज इनटू फ्रूट्स. So students, next we have to read about the structure of flower. So today we will learn only the main parts of a flower, okay, because you have to draw the structure of flower in your science copy and you have to label the main parts of a flower. So let's know about the main parts of a flower. So main parts of a flower are pedicel and thalamus, sepals, that is also known as calyx, then we have petals which is known as corolla, and we have stamens which is known as androecium, and then we have pistil or carpel which is known as gynoecium. So students, what is pedicel and thalamus? So pedicel is the stalk of a flower. The flower is joined to the stem through a stalk called pedicel, and the uppermost wider part of a pedicel is called thalamus. It means that thalamus is the wider part of the pedicel. The different parts of a flower are arranged in rings or whorls on the top of the thalamus. After that we have sepals which is known as calyx. The outermost green leafy whorl in a flower is called calyx or sepal. Sepals protect the flower at the bud stage. Sepals are the most important part in an open flower. And why? Because sepals protect the flower at the bud stage. यानी जब फ्लावर बड स्टेज में होता है, बड मीन्स कली, सो उसको कौन प्रोटेक्ट करता है? उसको सेपल्स प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं. नेक्स्ट वी हैव पेटल्स. सो पेटल इज ऑल्सो नोन एज कोरोला. द लीफ लाइक colored wool next to the sepal is called petals. The petals are collectively called corolla. यानी अगर जो petals होते हैं तो you can see petals in picture also. तो अगर petals को हमें एक साथ बताना हो तो उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? कोरोला. और अगर petals का अगर कोरोला का एक पार्ट दिखाना हो तो उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? पेटल. सो द लीफ लाइक कलर्ड wool next to the sepals is called petal and the petals are collectively called corolla. The bright color and fragrance of the petals attract insects that help in reproduction. Different flowers have petals of different color. Now, next we have stamen. So, stamens are the male reproductive part of a flower. Each stamen has two parts, a filament and anther. The anther produces a powdery substance called pollen. So, anther, it produces a powdery substance called pollen, and stamen, it consists of two parts, that is anther and filament. Now after that we have pistil or carpel. So carpel is the female reproductive part of a flower. It has three parts, stigma, style and ovary. So carpel consists of three parts, stigma, style and ovary. The ovary contains tiny ball-like structures called ovules, which later become seeds. So these are the important part of flower. Other things we will discuss in next video. So your homework is that you have to draw all the important diagrams which I explain you in this video. Now your homework is also that you have to make neat and clean notes of all the topics which I taught you in this video. So students, that's all for today's class. I hope all the topics which I explain you in this video is clear to you. So please make neat and clean notes of this chapter. Now students, I want to tell you that you have to learn and revise chapter number 4, 5 and 6 for your PT3 examination. So please keep on revising. If you have any doubt regarding any topic, you can just call me or you can write in group also. So students, main thing is that keep on smiling and keep yourself free from infection. Thanks for watching this video.